Today, ladies and gentlemen, we got some American tech going on. I want to introduce you Razer Blade Pro. Most of you will have to sell a kidney to get one, some people won't, but that doesn't matter cause I didn't have to sell my kidney. The key thing is that I'm here to tell you all about this hot AF laptop. Literally hot. When Razer Blade Pro was announced, I knew in my mind that I won't be able to get one for myself. Luckily I found a dude who was selling this thing on eBay for half a price in a perfect condition. Great! Looking at Razer Blade Pro, you can see sleek and slim, stylish and expensive hardware which has fantastic build quality and materials. Metal matte body is nice to touch, but picks fingerprints horribly. Just horribly. I had to reshoot this review a couple of times due to still getting some fingerprints on the laptop and it's still hard to wipe them off. But it doesn't matter, cause the laptop still looks fantastic. You can take it anywhere you want, for example to Starbucks like all of these gay dudes do, but the difference is that you're going to have a proper powerful machine. Laptop weighs 3.6 kilograms and only 2.2 centimeters thick. When you take a laptop somewhere, it definitely picks a lot of attention. Working a lot on film sets, I get a lot of woes from Mac users there. And that's a sign. Great effort, Razer. This specific model packs quad-core Intel Core i7-7820HK that boosts up to 4.2 GHz, 32 GB of DDR4 soldered RAM at speeds of 2600 MHz. Fantastic 17.3-inch 4K G-Sync touch display that covers 99% of Adobe RGB and is good for color work, but only after calibrating it. Using a touch display is a great experience. You can surf internet or even play games such as This is a Police 2. This specific model has two 256GB M2 SSDs in RAID 0, with a good read speeds of 2600 MB per second. All of these specs are great, right? But what's about graphics card? Razer managed to put a full-sized NVIDIA GTX 1080 inside of it, in this slim body. And speaking of its performance, it's pretty much like the desktop version. Blade Pro also has a great I/O, 3 USB 3 ports, Thunderbolt 3, HDMI 2.0, card reader, Ethernet port, and a headphone jack with a good amplifier. On the sides of the keyboard you can find speakers, they give you stereo sound. Also there are holes for the speakers on the sides of the chassis. Talking about its sound quality, they are okay. They can either sound great or sometimes distort the sound at highs. Display has a THX certification, what means it will give you better sound effects while watching movies, but personally I didn't notice anything special. When you connect your headphones, you can straight away notice how powerful the amplifier is. At sound level of 20% my headphones already sound louder than possible. Well, getting here to the main point, what about gaming? This machine chews through everything. At 4K resolution you can play a couple of games, but most of the time you will probably have to switch to 2K resolution, where you will get stable 60 FPS plus on ultra setting in most of the games. Games such as Rainbow Six Siege, Battlefield 1 and others are working perfectly. But personally I don't play games that much. What I'm interested in is the performance in Vegas Pro 15. So, the playback works well and flawlessly at 4K, especially when editing from those internal SSD drives. The render times are very close to my desktop GTX 1080 Ti, so I think it's a great result. Well, sounds like a perfect laptop, is it? It's not as simple as you think, cause all of those hardware does get toasty. Toasty enough to toast your arms. That's right, the laptop is hot most of the time and it's not the most pleasant thing ever. It does try to stay quiet, but then it is very hot. I wish at this moment it could be a little bit louder but cooler. When a laptop walking at full speed it sounds like a jet plane, but at the same time it feels cooler than when you are browsing internet and so on. All of these points are attracting a lot of attention. You can definitely get used to it, but if you are somewhere in public, expect someone to ask, "Who has switched on the hairdryer?" You can for sure use the headphones to isolate the sound for yourself. Even though the laptop feels hot and sounds loud, it didn't have any thermal throttling at all, even when you turn on the boost mode to 4.2 GHz in Razer Synapse app. You can set up the keyboard there and all the effects you want. Talking about the keyboard and touchpad, this specific laptop has a low profile mechanical keyboard and it makes clicking sounds. Some people might hate it, some people might love it, but personally I'm fine with it. Talking about the RGB lighting, you can set up any way you want it. Touchpad is huge and has a nice glass surface. You probably mentioned that it's placed on the right side of the keyboard, and actually it is more comfortable than in usual position. There are also custom lights around the touchpad. On the top there is a scroll wheel which is used for volume, or you can program it the way you want. The bottom of the laptop is used by the huge 99 watt battery, which is the maximum size allowed on the planes. It lasts for about 2.5 hours watching films and browsing internet, but gaming will last only for about 1 hour max. Personally, that's not a problem for me, cause I always plug in my laptop wherever I am. Talking about the power supply, it's pretty slim and compact for such a laptop. When a laptop isn't connected to the wall, performance does drop. Maybe due to the noise and hot temps of the laptop, some will turn away from buying it, but you can't deny that this laptop is state of art. It has fantastic display and phenomenal power in such a slim body. This is a professional product which has all important things for professional. Hello Apple. There is also GTX 1060 version with Full HD 144Hz display, which is 2 times cheaper. This product is all about power and portability, and it's the best in it. Will anyone buy it? Of course.